Sometimes in Rhino it's required that you need to blend 3 different surfaces together. Here I have a box. I've run fillets down all the edges, and I've exploded it and deleted the corner. So here we have 3 different surfaces. By default, Rhino does a nice job with something as simple as a box, but you'll notice even in this case the isocurve runs nicely down along one edge and then terminates in a corner and doesn't line up with the other isocurves here. So the edge flow isn't very good. Ideally, this edge and this edge should have a flow across, and from this edge to this one, and again there. The typical kind of thing you worry about when you're modeling with polygons in something like Maya or Max. So it being NURBS, it's not always that easy. So something which you might be able to easily do in polygons isn't so easy using NURBS. But I'm going to show you a little trick that you can work around it, and it can work in more complicated situations as well. So I'm going to start off with running a one rail sweep, and I'm going to pick the bottom edge here as the rail, and then the 2 other edges as cross sections. Right click to complete, right click again to accept the options, and I'm going to hide that. And I'm going to do it again for the next edge in the series. And cross section, right click, hide, and do it one more time for the last edge. And OK. So I'm going to hide everything else. And now I'm going to split this object. I want to get rid of the pole here, and I just want to keep the rest of the surface. So I'm going to split, and I'm going to use the isocurve option, or I'm going to press I on the keyboard and hit enter. So I like hotkeys, and as you'll notice, I have my intersection and mid snap set down here and there. So click, right click to accept, and I'm going to delete that. I'm going to unhide everything else. I'm going to grab the next surface and just repeat this again. So split, isocurve, select the object, click on the point, right click to accept, delete, unhide everything, and let's do it one last time. Select isocurve again, and delete, unhide everything, and select all the new surfaces that I've made using sweep. Now, because these surfaces are long, we only basically want kind of half of this, so we're going to need to delete the edges here and here. So I'm going to select all these 3 surfaces, and then I'm going to run extract wireframe. I'm just typing it in. And now I can actually delete the original surfaces. And you'll see that I should have one long edge there. I want to delete that. So it leaves me with 2 short edges there, and I want to delete the other edge here in the inside. I'm going to marquee select everything. I'm going to run the trim command and just delete off the little bits there. Zoom in a little bit more. And right click to accept. I'm going to marquee select. I'm going to run the surface from network of curves. Right click to accept. Right click to do it. Oops, to first deselect. Need to marquee select and surface from network of curves. Right click to accept. Deselect. I have to deselect some of these. And right click to redo the command. Right click. There we go. I'm going to edit, select objects, curves, and I'm just going to delete those. I'm going to unhide everything. You can see now that I have a pretty good edge flow. It runs around the corner that way and 3 different, and it's still all quad based. And I'm going to marquee select all of these. I'm going to join them. So we now have one object. I'm going to do edge analysis. Select the object. Complete the command. 54 edges total, no naked edges, no non-manifold edges. So we've got a watertight surface, and we're just going to look at it in rendered mode and turn off edge analysis so that you can see the surface, and you can see there's no seams here at all. But nevertheless, the edge flow is better than over here. So I hope you find that helpful and you're able to apply it to some other types of solutions.